welcome to the real life of a mom of 3 who's also running a business and trying to make content for my YouTube channel. And the only time that I actually have to film a video is this little tiny blip of time during my Sunday where I kind of forced my husband to get the kids out of the house so I could have some silence to talk to you guys. Now, in all reality here, I did an Instagram survey, and in that survey I asked my followers how many of them felt like they lost themselves after they had a baby. And 78% of women said that they felt like they lost themselves, that they lost who they were to the core when they became a mother. That's some shit, but let's talk about it. At first, I was like, oh my gosh, like me too. I completely lost who I was when I had kids. And then when I decided, hey, let's make a video and talk about it, I kind of have a different opinion. Let's go in the other room because while the kids are out of the house, I still have to be productive, so we're folding my laundry. Before I even get any deeper into this conversation, we need to have this conversation. Like, honestly.
Oh, hi, baby.
Every time you hear this cat meowing in my videos because he wants to go outside, he's just too precious to like get upset though. Like, I love him so much. Okay, yep, got the fuzzy socks on, pants tucked in, and my slippers on. I'm ready for this. See this cat, he's just like the most precious. So when I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about in this video, my entire thought process went from like, oh my gosh, like this is who I used to be, then I had kids, totally lost myself, and now I want to find myself again, and this is how I'm gonna do it. And then like, I went down the rabbit hole of, you know what, like that person is gone. And the first thing that we need to do when we have kids, or hopefully like before we have kids, because honestly, this is a conversation that should be had with an expecting parent. I mean, I wouldn't even say like just mom, like dad as well, because newsflash dads, like your lives are going to change as well, no matter how much your wife does for you and how much she does like all the mothering, like your life is gonna change too. So if you're a man watching this, your life changes as well. And you're never gonna be the same person that you were before you had kids. And so the first thing that I wrote down is accept it. Accept that you are a different person now. When you birthed a child, you birthed a mother, you birthed a father, you birthed a new life. And that is absolutely like wildly insane. It is just like crazy to even think about. You're a new person, and that's okay. And it's wonderful, and it's time to accept it. The second thing that I thought about when I started thinking about all of this was to embrace the changes. Now, there are going to be some changes in your life that you are so incredibly happy for. Maybe you get to do what I got to do and become a stay-at-home mom. And maybe that is a change that you are so happy and thrilled to embrace. But maybe there's some other changes like neglecting your own self-care that you're not so happy about, and maybe that is something that you want to focus on changing. And that's when you need to make a plan. How are you going to make the changes that are going to help you become the person that you want to be as a mother or a father or a primary caregiver?
Excuse me, did you have something to say? Get in there.
Hi, my name is Gruff.
I'm not a mommy or a daddy, he's a boy. I'm not a daddy, but I'm a brother. I'm a brother and I have 3 big siblings.
He's literally the best cat on the entire earth. He won't let me smother him right now. Anyways, we've accepted it, we've embraced it, we've decided what we love and what we don't love about our new selves. The third thing we're going to do is move forward. There is no sense in looking back. You can't go back, so just move forward. So that brought me to my next thought. So now I'm gonna talk about myself. Not that you care about like me in a nutshell, but this is my channel and I'm gonna tell you about my life experiences, okay? When I was reflecting on all of this, I'm like, well, who am I? Like, who am I to the core? And the first thing that comes up is I'm a mommy. I am Timmy's mom. I am Kaya's mom. I am Joshua's mom. And I could not be more happy and thrilled.
I'm your mom too, okay, Gruff?
I couldn't be more happy and thrilled to be the person that I am. And so that really made me think about this and the fact that we're not the same person that we were before we had kids. And I never want to be the person I was before I had kids. I never want to be that person again. Because quite honestly, like my college self, I'm not proud of. My post-college self, I mean, there's moments that I'm proud of, but like in the grand scheme, like I didn't accomplish anything ginormous. Like, yeah, I think I was a pretty good teacher and I helped a couple schools create new programs and developed a couple, you know, I'm proud of myself and all the things that I did before I had kids. And I did do some really major great things when I had the energy to do so. So my little college self was so insecure, so unsure of who I was and what my life was gonna look like. And there were days that were like, oh, I'm never gonna find somebody, I'm never gonna get married, I'm never gonna have kids, I'm never gonna be good enough for anyone. And that level of self-esteem that I had back then, I never want to go back to that person. I never want to go back to being the completely unsure, unstable self that I was. And while, yes, I had freedom, yes, I had a lot more money, and yes, I could do what I wanted, like any time, day or night, like I got a pretty good life right now, and I don't ever want to not have the life that I have. Like, does this make sense here? Side note, these red sweatpants right here with the pockets inside out, Tim hates these. Every time he finds them, he hides them. And to be quite honest, I don't love them as much as I say I love them. Like, they got paint all over them, like they're my paint pants. But the fact that he keeps hiding them makes me want to keep wearing them. I mean, like, they're gnarly. They are gnarly, but you know what? Get yourself a pair of red sweatpants. So at the end of the day, when I think about if I've lost myself and who I am when I became a mom, I would say no, I didn't lose myself at all. If anything, I evolved into the person that I want to be. And I feel like I have found myself. When you might be thinking about this in your perspective and thinking, oh, well, that's nice, I've still lost myself. I want you to think about this. What parts of yourself have you lost? Because you haven't lost yourself at all. You're still there and you are in there. And why am I getting emotional? Maybe the traits and qualities about yourself that you miss are right on the surface and they really just need the opportunity to come back out again. Maybe they're just hibernating. Ugh, my kids are getting so big that some of their clothes actually fit me. That's sad. So what I want you to do is take out a pen, take out a piece of paper, and I want you to write some things down, okay? Let's go to a blank page. These are all my notes of what I'm gonna talk about in my YouTube videos. So what I want you to do is I want you to write down what I miss most. There are going to be things that you miss, there are gonna be things that you don't miss, but there are gonna be things that you miss most. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, I miss being able to go out on a Friday night and just like be wild, have a couple drinks, and dance with my friends. But like at the end of the day, I still have to wake up, and I mean at the beginning of the day really, I still have to wake up the next morning and mom. So doing that kind of thing, like it's not a priority anymore. I want you to write down 3 things that are priority. Do it now, go. Even if you're not writing it down, think about it in your head. 1, 2, 3, okay? You got your things? Okay, the next thing I want you to write down is how will I do them? I don't know if you can even see my writing from there, but so if you miss going to the gym, how will you do that? You'll find a gym that has childcare and you'll sign up and you will go and you will schedule in your phone when you're gonna go to the gym. But let's think about something else. Like maybe like what is something that you really miss about your previous life that maybe you haven't done in a long time. Maybe it's going out with your friends. Maybe it is going out on a Friday night. So what do you need to do in order to be able to do that again? You need to schedule it. It's all gonna come down to thinking about the things that you wanna prioritize and figuring out how to make it happen. If that means you wanna go out with your friends, you're gonna have to plan it a couple weeks in advance maybe, because now you can't be as spontaneous because you have kids, but you can still go out and do things. So don't get discouraged thinking and shaking your head and saying at your screen like, well, that's all great and dandy, but I still can't do that because I have kids and things come up and blah, blah, blah. Like, schedule it and do it. Now, something that I definitely was thinking about is how I put myself on hold for a long time. I did not think at all about myself and taking care of me and doing things for myself and making sure that I was still being a human, because I just wanted to take care of my kids. Like, I did not care about myself. I didn't care about my appearance. I didn't care what people thought of me. I still don't care what people think of me. But I just, like, I literally put myself on the back burner. And that's when people start feeling like they've lost themselves. And that doesn't have to happen to you. Take my advice. And if you're a newer parent than I am, my oldest is 9 years old. He's gonna be 10 in a couple months. What is going on with this shirt? Okay, so there are 4 things that I wanna say in summary. Number 1, schedule time for the hobbies that you miss doing. You have to schedule it. Number 2, make time for your friends. Whether they're old friends or new friends, make time for both of them. There is enough time in the day. Number 3, learn new things. Even if you feel like you've lost one part of yourself, you can always build up another part of yourself that you didn't know existed. Just because you're a grown-up doesn't mean you can't learn something new. And number 4, embrace who you are now. You can't go back to who you used to be. You can't go back to the lifestyle you used to have. So don't, like, it's not even worth wishing, wanting, waiting, hoping. What's that saying? Wishing, waiting, wanting, hoping. I don't even know if that's how it goes, but that's how I do it. Anyways, so all in all, long story short, I don't think you've lost yourself. I don't think you've lost yourself at all. I think that you are a completely new person. It's like you started as a caterpillar and now you're a butterfly. So go spread your wings and keep blooming. Mwah.